Episode of Perpetually Ajar. I think I've started episodes with like enough times that it's not funny anymore. Hello,
I always dab when you do that, Katy.
Dude, I can see you dabbing through the microphone. Like,
oh, wow.
Like, raise your hand. Audience, raise your hand if you can see Beau dabbing.
I'm raising my hand, but I probably shouldn't have raised my hand.
Excellent. You're not a listener, Beau. Unless you are listening, then thanks for supporting the podcast, Beau. But yes, hi. My name is Katy. I am one of your hosts today. I play Winter Schnee. No, I don't. That's
wow.
Someone else.
Taking my job. Taking my job from me already.
I play Weiss Schnee, who is kind of the better Schnee, but just kidding. I love Winter so much. I also play Cinderfall. I play Penny Pelladonuts, and that's just her name now. I can't say it like regularly anymore. And then I play Velvet in Ruby Abridged. I'm also a writer for the VR shorts and a few things at KRWBY Productions. And yes, that is what I do. And here is my amazing, lovely co-host. Woo!
Hey, what's up, guys? Beau here. And I voice Winter Schnee. I actually voice Winter Schnee.
It's a conspiracy.
I voice Weiss Schnee.
No!
Taking your job, Katy. No, I voice Winter Schnee. I voice Ilya Amatola, the gay lizard, as well as I am the head of the VR shorts department and one of the lead writers and directors for that as well as one of the co-hosts of this lovely podcast.
Yes, it's true. I always forget that in my job description. Or, well, I kind of start by saying that I do that, so it's kind of implied, I guess. Plus, I won't stop talking. Anyway, we have a special guest with us, and this time we let them through the cat door. Please introduce
what an
yourself.
Introduction. Oh, my God. Hey, it's me. I'm Nicole. I play Blake. I play Salem. I sound weird because I'm sick, but that's fine. I'm here with these wonderful people, so everything's better.
Aw, heck.
She's best Blake.
Oh.
Catmillion,
we're recording.
man.
Catmillion,
yes,
man. My
Catmillion.
OTP. Man, Nicole, you know just what to say to, make me happy right here.
It's
honestly.
my job.
We don't need any other guest stars. We're just going to have Nicole on all the time now.
Aww.
Yes, from now on, it is the Nicole, Perpetually Nicole.
Oh, God.
Perpetually Nicole. Can that be the title of this episode?
The cat doors.
Oh, my God.
Is that a new record?
Oh, my God.
All right, yes. So, yeah, Nicole, the way we name our episodes is, and honestly, yeah, that would be a new record because that's the fastest we've potentially come up with one, is throughout the episode, as we're just talking, someone will say something hilarious, and then we'll be like, that's the title.
Oh, my God.
And, I think that might just be it.
Nicole.
The cat door is
we'll
always
see.
perpetually ajar.
Yeah. Oh, my God. We will see if we say anything funnier throughout the episode, but it's going to be hard to beat Perpetually Nicole because you are just a goddess of hilarity.
I feel so special.
But yeah, how have you guys been? What have you guys been up to these last 2 weeks?
Screaming about Ruby.
That, yeah.
Same.
My first semester of college is ending soon, so I have a bunch of projects due next week. Which is also Steven's birthday next week, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, you guys.
I'm excited. My boy.
Oh, you heckin' cuties.
No, you.
Well.
Actually, Salem and Granny Salem, the real OTP.
Oh my God,
It's been
I didn't even
since
think
I heard
of that.
him freaking do that voice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna have to coax it out of him at some point.
Oh, I'm sure it's not that hard.
Yeah, it probably
it'll
is.
definitely happen.
Sorry, Steven. Not sorry.
Have you been playing any cool games or watching any movies lately, Nicole?
That's a good question. With my film history class, I watch a lot of movies, so I watched The King's Speech, which came out a while ago. But it was really interesting, looking at all the different camera angles and stuff. I'm excited.
What's your degree in?
Cinema, media, television production, and a minor in storytelling, because they don't have theater, so...
Oh. Well, honestly, I think storytelling sounds like a really good like thing to study because that is kind of the central piece of all performance,
Right?
really.
I know. I'm excited.
That's really cool. That's also really fun. Like, man, I wish I had the option to go into storytelling, although like I suck at like telling stories because I just get really excited when I'm.
You're such a liar,
Katie. You're
Katie.
on the writing team.
You are such a good storyteller.
I'm good at performing in a story, like, you know, being a character. But like when it comes to telling a story, I get really excited about the final part of the story that I kind of will rush through it and be like, oh, but no, it's gonna be really funny. Just trust me, and then I'll talk really fast.
You just
and then like I'll be like.
people.
Yeah, and then, like, that's the story, is me just reassuring you that it's a good story. Like, whenever I'm in situations with, like, my boyfriend, for example, I'll just be like, oh, my God, the most amazing thing happened today. And I'll just, like, go on this tangent about all the things that happened, and he'll be like, what? Wait, what happened? And I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's the story. It was really fun. And he'll be like, what? Because I just get really excited.
Come to my classes, man. Be in my minor.
Dude,
I need friends.
I should. Because I did theater, so, like, I studied, like, how to heckin' memorize a script and do stuff like that. And that's one thing. And I'm good at improv when it's, like, silly situations and characters. But if it's, like, the night was December 31st. There was a cold breeze coming through. I'm not good at that type of storytelling.
So you're not
you
good
know
at,
what I'm
like,
saying?
serious stuff? You're more of, like, a outside-the-box kind of thing?
I guess. Or, well, it's not even it doesn't even have to be serious. It's just kind of like reading a bedtime story or the types of stories where it's just like, I'm trying to think. Like if I'm recalling something that happened and I have to explain it, like I'm pretty okay at it, but I'm not the type of storyteller that can get people just like sucked in for like an hour, like describing this story. But like if it's just a situation with some characters and like I'm telling the story through that, then I can do that. It's like weird. Like, so yeah, bottom line, I really respect people that can, that can do like poetry and like really in-depth stories. Like I used to love going to those, like at the library, they would bring a professional storyteller in, and she would like from the top of her head tell these ghost stories and know how to make you like be like, what's gonna happen next? Like, what's gonna happen next? And she would do all the voices and it'd be really cool. And like I just talk too fast. Like I get too excited about this story. Like I love people that can tell stories like that. Like I'm better when I'm like reading the script. Like that's why I love voiceover, because I can have the script in front of me. I can rehearse with it. Like I can do a cold read, but I can't like, I'm better with characters. I'm not as good with like, yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Oh man, but that was quite the tangent. But yeah, what else have you guys been up to?
I've been watching She-Ra season 4.
I still gotta
Yes,
catch up,
me too.
dude.
Girl. Yeah, that was an experience. It's probably my favorite season, to be completely honest. And a little bit of a plug, just because it's like, not that they necessarily need any more money, but y'all, the day that we're recording this today is November 12th. Disney Plus launched today.
Oh yeah.
And the first episode of The Mandalorian is actually out on Disney Plus, and my roommates both work on that show. And so if you guys have the opportunity to watch The Mandalorian, please do so. My roommates and friends were like the set painters and the prop like painters for it. So yeah, like actually like worked directly on it. So please go check it out. I'm really excited. I told them I was gonna do a reaction for them, because they've literally been watching like just compilations of people reacting to the different trailers and whatnot for it, and they've just been like, we want to talk about it but we can't. And I'm just like, man, I'm excited to not know anything about it going into it. So yeah, check out The Mandalorian if you guys weren't planning on it, or if you were, do it anyways. You were already going to in the first place,
really
so
cool.
do it because I told you.
Heck yeah.
What else? BlizzCon passed last week.
Yes,
like a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun.
And I was at AWA. I don't remember if I talked about that on here yet.
I was very sad not to get to go hang at AWA and do like a whole ass day of panels again.
Mm-hmm.
But
That was fun.
Yeah.
With me and JD just passed out on the couch in the lobby because we were so tired.
I know. I was really sad that we didn't have panels this year, but it was still like a really fun con and I had a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
One day we're going to have more panels in another con, maybe sooner than you think, audience, but
to be announced.
There might be some things in the future, we'll see. And yeah, it's just really exciting to get to go to cons. And my con season is kind of over for this year. I am actually going to be traveling to Italy in a month.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm going with my family. We're going to Florence, Venice, and Rome. And I think we're starting out in Rome. So I'm going to be there for like a week and a half. I think the 16th. No. I think I got the dates wrong. Oh, well, I'll remember the dates eventually. But yeah, I'm gonna be there, and it's going to be really fun. And it's going to be really cool. And I am excited.
Is that next month?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you meant next week, and I was like, dang, Katie.
I was like, oh, God, I gotta talk to you, Katy.
No, it's going to be next month. It's going to be like around the holiday season. So we will see if the Perpetually Ajar stuff, we can probably record for that beforehand and then after I get back.
We'll just do like 4 days straight of just recording different Perpetually Ajar episodes.
Yeah, because honestly, you guys, this holiday season is going to be like interesting for our Perpetually Ajar schedule because we have some really cool stuff happening. And so we will let you know whenever we have information in that regard. But yeah, otherwise this past little week I went to AWA and that was really cool. I dressed up like a candy corn witch and handed out fruit snacks to people. It was lit.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture.
And what have I been doing? I've been listening to more Critical Role.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Just a little bit more, though. I've kind of slowed down my pace because I was going like 2 to 3 episodes a day sometimes. Like, I was like...
Dang. That's an investment.
I was listening to Critical Role. I was invested.
You were living Critical Role.
I was living Critical Role. But now I'm on episode like 36, so I've been kind of like getting close to about maybe 2 to 3 episodes a week, maybe.
That's a pretty good pace.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to catch up. Like, I'd love to. And The Unexpectables, which is the D&D podcast I love to listen to every Wednesday, they're back from break because they took a break for Orktober, where they did an exclusively orc campaign for a month. And that was really fun, but I'm excited to get back to the main story. And so now I have 2 D&D podcasts to listen to during the week, and I'm like, so much of my time. But whenever I'm doing any type of work or whatever, I'm like listening to it. Unless I'm recording, then I'm not listening to it. So it works out. Like I know multitasking isn't probably the best way to do some stuff, but sometimes I'm just like, I want to listen to my stories. I
need
there's not a moment. Yeah, which is actually like, yeah.
It's like our equivalent of like watching soap operas.
Oh
yeah, exactly.
Like, I need my stories,
really.
Keep it down.
Honestly, I listen to more question answer advice podcasts than I do like story time.
Really?
I mean, probably time-wise. Yeah, time-wise, the story ones are probably longer because like they're like 3 to 4 hours versus the question ones are like, maybe 30 minutes to an hour long each. But I listen to them more. Like, I have a lot more of those in my thing that I keep up with. Like, Question Box is one. And then I host another podcast that is a question advice one. And then Dear Hank and John is my favorite, like, of all time, like, because I really love getting the advice from them. And then I listen to, I'm trying to think. I think the Valley Cast I listen to a lot, which is just kind of them talking about just, like, life and stuff and, like, giving advice. Although the Valley Cast, like, I'm not sure if anybody here knows anything about the Valley folk. Like, do you guys know anything about that?
Unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. It was like, it's, back in the day, SourceFed was a company on YouTube that was hosted by Philip DeFranco. He left, and then eventually SourceFed kind of, like, went under, sort of. And it was, like, a really great revolutionary time on the internet for, like, fun ways to tell news. And the Valley folk are people that started at SourceFed that kind of gained their popularity through that channel. And it was like 4 of the like big people from that coming together to make this really cool thing where they have a show called Your Show and stuff like that. And it was really cool, but there was actually some controversy recently that actually really hurt me. Like, I usually don't get, like, invested in, like, internet groups or, like, celebrities in that way, I guess, you know, to where it affects me if, like, there's a split up or something. But the Valley folk, I was genuinely shocked when they announced that Lee Newton was leaving the team. And, like, there's kind of, like, this little bit of internet drama right now about no one knows why. She put out a video saying, like, I really want to keep working with them, but they made the group decision to kick me out. And, like, they started this together. They were the SourceFed people. And so it was kind of, like, really sad. And I've also watched, like, their side, quote unquote, where they talk about why we can't go into details, but it's something that's for the best. But they had just won this big TV show called Bring the Funny, where they'd rallied support of their fans together, and a week later they fire Lee Newton. It kind of
it's weird timing kind of thing.
It's a very sticky situation, and I love Lee, and I'm going to support her, and if she starts her own Patreon, I'll support it because I want her to keep creating, and I hate that, like, things like that have happened, and I don't know any details. Like I said, this is, like, I don't get involved in a lot of internet-y things like that, like where I invest myself into it, but when I saw that announcement video about them sort of splitting off the team after so many years of, like, seeing them grow, like, SourceFed and the Valley folk were something that, like, I really loved. I didn't really have any friends that were into it, but it was, like, kind of a community that, like, I watched kind of from a distance and just really appreciated their friendship from what I could see, and, like, the advice they would give people, and just, it makes me sad. Like, you know, people grow up, businesses grow, like, things happen, and it's valid, but it sucks sometimes. When you're starting a business with your friends, there can be those scary moments, and, like, I hope that they're all doing okay. And that's something that's kind of been on my mind lately, I guess. So, talking about it on a podcast. But yeah, speaking of talking about things, I think we can move to our Weiss Breakers if I'm done tangenting about YouTubers.
What? I didn't... Katie.
Oh, wait. Did you... Oh, no.
You forgot about me. Trying
no,
to replace
wait a minute.
me, trying to forget about
wow.
me. Wow.
Heck, I completely forgot. We moved the KRWBY News Corner to the front. Wow.
That was your idea.
I know. I'm such a baka. I got so fixated on this YouTube drama that I forgot the people that really matter. And that's a symbol of why the internet is rotting our brains. Yes, please, Beau, take us to our KRWBY News Corner, and I'm going to go die in shame.
I can't believe my own Schneester trying to replace me, trying to forget about me.
Listen, I am Winter Schnee, and there's no KRWBY News Corner.
I'm just going to go fuck off for 4 seasons. Goodbye.
Oh my
God. No! We just got you back!
No. All right. Well, I have to get into character.
Get into character.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the KRWBY News Corner. I'm your host, Beau. Listen, let me live. Let me live, Katy. I have one job. So going right into what we have for the KRWBY News Corner. The nondescript Winter Holiday 2 script is nearing completion. I hope you guys are excited to see what we're working on. Katy and I have been working together very closely with Brian to try to get something really, really cool out for you guys this season. Katy, are you excited about it?
I'm very excited about it. We're gonna be doing another editing meeting tonight, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, we've been working, like, we're in the final stage of, like, we are writing until it's done. Like, there's no more putting it off. Like, we're writing until it's done. Like, it's almost there, guys.
Dedication,
exactly. So, moving right along, unfortunately, no new update about Ruby Abridged Volume 2, Chapter 2. However, it is still actively being worked on, so hopefully we'll be getting that sometime soon, sometime in the near-ish future, or nearer than one would worry about. But, the Ruby Abridged crew is working really hard on bringing that to you guys. I do believe, actually, the day that this is out, or that we're recording right now, so on the 12th, so hopefully by the time this gets to you guys, we should have new comic dubs out, I believe.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you might catch me doing one of my other voices that you guys haven't had a chance to hear yet on that one.
Yep.
I'm not gonna listen, Nicole. Don't let me. This is my safe space, okay? I don't need any gay panics on this podcast
yeah,
tonight.
but you invited me here, so.
Oh God, you're right. Okay. Well, moving right along. If you're one of our patrons on our lovely Patreon, you guys actually, I believe, already had access to that for a hot minute now by the time this comes out. So I hope you guys have been enjoying it. As always, our patrons get early access to most of our content before it hits the channel, as well as exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and audio clips like bloopers, all that fun stuff. Sometimes we upload like audio from like a full-on recording session so you can kind of hear the shenanigans that happen like behind the scenes when we try to record stuff. So make sure to check that out if you haven't already. We've got a few different tiers available, so whatever floats your goat, whatever works. Mm-hmm. Every Sunday now that RWBY is back, we have the RWBY Talk podcast every Sunday at 11 p.m. Eastern. It's the day after the newest episode becomes available for first members, so be wary if you're tuning in on Sundays and you're not a first member, you will be spoiled on whatever the newest episode is available for Rooster Teeth First members. So make sure that you're renewing that Rooster Teeth First account if you're able to and stay up to date with the episodes, because we definitely want to make sure that beautiful show that's kind of brought us all together still gets to continue being made and continue growing and expanding like it has for 7 years now.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It is really wild.
It's absolutely crazy.
And we got longer to go, knock on wood.
Yes, hopefully still many, many more seasons, as long as it's not beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
Stop, they're already dead.
I'll stop kicking it when it stops spewing out money.
Exactly. So moving right along, if you're listening to this, then hopefully you're a fan of this podcast. And we have Perpetually Ajar episodes out every other Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern here on the KRWBY channel. We love doing this. Katy, this is now 16 weeks we've been doing this.
Dang, it's about to dude, we're stepping it up too.
Yeah.
It's about to be the end of the year, so then we'll be technically have been doing it for a year. Even though not really, but still, it's getting crazy.
Yeah, we got some stuff planned for you guys. Really excited for that. Yeah. And as always, closing out KRWBY News Corner, make sure to follow our Twitter at RWBYAbridge. It's at RWBYABRG in all caps or lowercase. I don't think that matters on Twitter as long as you spell it right.
No, not really.
Yes.
Yeah, I found out that apparently the difference between a capital C and a lower C in a URL will actually make it whether it's usable or not. So I thought that was interesting. So it's all caps, RWBYAbridge. Make sure that you follow us there so you can stay up to date on all the news regarding all things KRWBY Productions, and tweet at us and let us know what you'd like to see in the future. I like to use hashtag KRWBY just because, it's easy for us to find it. I literally check that hashtag on a daily basis to see if anyone's posted anything. No one's posted anything for a while, so you guys should definitely post a hashtag KRWBY tag.
Shameless self-promotion right there.
I know, right?
All the promotion.
I also use hashtag Perpetually Ajar as well when I'm talking about our episodes, so... Yeah, you never know. But anyways, that rounds out the KRWBY News Corner. Katy, back to you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the updates. And yeah, I'm very excited about this holiday short that we will hopefully have to you as soon as possible. We have been working really hard on the script. It's mostly been kind of me and Beau. And then Brian he's always been a really good editor, and I've loved writing with him in the past. And so he's kind of come in, and we've been staying up, making sure that it's the best quality that we can create. And I think we've had a few stragglers come in just to kind of give some pointers here and there. But it's been a really enjoyable process getting to write with Beau too. And I recommend to anyone out there, if you want to make something, just go write a script, and get a friend to help you. I think a writing team of 2 to 3 people is kind of my favorite, but also having other people to kind of come in to give their perspectives every now and then can be really good. And that's where some of the best ideas can come from. Like when Tina will pop in and be like, oh, what about this direction? And that can kind of help. Like, yeah people
definitely.
go create things. Go create and write and do it, because that's what we're doing. We're not getting paid for this. Like, all your Patreon money goes to helping us create stuff for you guys. Like, it's just fulfilling to know that we can look at the comments and somebody will be like, wow, like, thank you for making this. And it's awesome, and you guys are great.
I've had a blast writing Nondescript Winter Holiday with you, Katie. Like, it's like you said, it's really been the two of us a lot. And it's honestly just been a lot of fun just to kind of like bounce off each other and just like spitball ideas and just kind of, how did Brian put it? Just word vomit until you know, we have something, and then we're just like, okay, cool. That looks horrible. We should redo that.
It's really awesome to like kind of be in a situation where you can kind of trust each other with like an idea. So like to where, for example, I wrote like a quarter of like the first part of the script, and then you wrote like another 50% of it, and then we went in, touched it up, and then like wrote together like the last little bit, and then here and there had some edits, had some people like give opinions, and it's just really awesome to be in an environment where you can create. And some of my happiest moments, I'm sorry, I'll stop making it cheesy after this comment, but like is when we're doing read-throughs, and like it just reminds me of why I love to do what I do, because I get to create with other people that kind of share a vision and getting to bring it to life and just do those silly read-throughs where we're just having fun. There's no pressure, but we also trust that we all have the skills and talent, and we're going to create something good because we know. Like, we trust each other. Like, that's like the kind of environment that I'm really happy KRWBY has kind of been able to create around the stuff that we've done. And I hope we can do it for as long as we can do it.
I also
it's really fun.
Absolutely adore Brian's Yang. And
oh my God.
Your Jean.
I gotta hear this.
Your Jean is so funny.
Katie, please demonstrate. I'm very curious.
This is my Jean. I just talk like this. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really a good Jean. It almost sounds like Nora. I don't know.
Listen, I love
his Yang
Nora.
is great.
Like, one of my favorite things was when we did the Love is in the Air script. And like one of my favorite lines is Nora was well, that doesn't sound like Ren. He's never called me as Darkwing Princess before.
I just like, love that all of our scripts are just bringing fan fiction to life.
They really are.
But we
We're
also
just
make
like,
it,
we're gonna, ever since I started, like, I became the head of the VR short department, I pulled Katie aside and I was like, Katie, we need to write all of the Schneester content and like all the Schneester shorts. But then we've been blessed with RWBY. Like,
yes,
who needs Schneester shorts? And we've got the actual canon show now.
Yeah, it's like so much is happening. Also, one last quote about writing for the VR shorts. Brian is a good screamer. Katie Johnson,
God.
2K19.
All we'll say is that there's a line that gets screamed in this short, and Brian's always the one to read it, and he just does not hold back. Like, he just goes full volume, just absolutely screams this line, and it's the funniest shit ever. And so we keep joking, Brian's a good screamer.
You need to hire Brian for your screams if there's any screams that need screaming.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. But yes, I think it's time that we get into our Weiss Breakers.
I think so too.
All right, let's get into our Weiss Breakers. Okay, there you go. I did the Weiss voice, everyone. We had a comment that there wasn't enough Weiss voice, and so I needed to throw that in there.
We need more Blake voice.
I agree. Blake, can you take the stage for a second?
Can this episode be the Weiss Blakers?
Oh my God. That works really well.
That almost beats Perpetually Nicole.
I was going to say it's another good freaking title.
I'm going to write it down.
Ooh, yeah, write this down. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cake butler. No, I write this down. Blake, can you read the first question as Blake?
I can try. Would you rather only be able to use a fork, no spoon, or only be able to use a spoon, no fork?
Ooh. So no sporks then.
I was going to say I raised you a spork, but you just destroyed my underhanded tactic.
Dang. You just activated her trap card.
I guess so.
I just activated your cat card.
Oh
my God.
Artia is really gonna appreciate this episode. Just all the puns.
So many.
There's so much.
Too many.
So what are you guys thinking? This is a serious question. I know my answer.
I think I would say spoon, because there's not really anything that you can't eat with a spoon, but with a fork, like, have you ever tried to eat Jell-O with a fork? Or
It's
like
doable.
It's doable, yeah, but like you're really limited on like you can't eat soup with a fork. Like if it's noodles, sure, like you
can,
could
like,
probably
slurp it,
scoop the
though.
noodles. But
Okay,
like,
but trying to eat
This might be
pudding with a fork.
controversial.
yeah,
We're already at disagreements because I eat my ice cream with a fork. I eat
Really?
a lot of things
You
with a fork.
mad
Yeah,
lad.
I was gonna say
because I like to stab it. I like to stab it, and it's harder. It doesn't bend like a spoon does when I'm stabbing my ice cream. And I usually like ice cream that has a bunch of chunks in it, and I like to get like really in there.
Mhm.
So I like to like destroy the ice cream, digging for like the cookie dough bites.
Oh my God. I feel like
Like I'm searching for hidden treasure.
I was thinking about it, and I thought first I was like, oh, it's a spoon. There's not much difference. But then I thought, what if I'm trying to cut like a piece of steak or like meat or
Yeah.
something, and I need to hold it there?
Yeah.
A knife for.
I can't
Mhm.
hold it there with a spoon.
You can
Mhm.
try.
Twirl around like a ballerina on the plate. Like it's not
See,
gonna
this
work.
is what
That
this
sounds
is
like
what you
clever
got to
talk.
do. You got to use a fork, and for your soups, you should eat them out of a cup, like a normal human, so you can drink it.
Like
I
a
used to
mug?
only eat my I used to only eat my chicken soup out of a cup, so that way I can just sip on the I can just be sipping on it the whole time while I like pull noodles out.
Remind me after this, Katie, to show you there's a video that I can't even remember who it was, but they were like, it was a compilation of vines from this one specific account, and it's
Yeah.
these two girlfriends that are like screaming, arguing at each other because because they're trying to argue that it's like some bowls you can hold like a cup, but not all cups qualify as bowls.
Oh my god.
And it's just like, it's so like one of the girls to like make her point just is like, oh, so if I can use a bowl like a cup, then I'm gonna just go and get this, and then just like smash cuts to her with like this massive bowl, and she's just like holding it like tucked in her arm, and she's just like, hey, what's up, like my cup, and she's just like drinking out of this massive bowl. I just pictured you, and you're like, you could just use a mug to drink it, and I'm like, man, I remember that video.
Oh my god.
sounds
I mean,
great.
honestly, I gotta agree. I gotta say that like a cup can be the bowl that you need. But yeah, I don't think a bowl can be a cup, but I think cups are bowls.
Oh God, it's too early for this. Katie, I told you, I want you guys to know. So she was like, okay, so what time are we recording on Tuesday? And I'm like, man, as long as it's not at 9 a.m. And she's like, is noon okay? You're on the East Coast, right? And I'm like, Katie.
Noon is 9 for me.
I was like, that's 9 a.m. for me. And she was just like, oh.
But if you were on the East Coast, I'd see you a lot more.
I know.
I know.
We would have all of the Catmillion reunions.
So much cat music.
Yes.
Mine and Nicole's DMs are just full of us sending like the one gif of Ilya and Blake hugging from Volume 6.
Aw. Dude, anytime, like, this is more sappy stuff. Anytime, Nicole, you would send me, like, a meme or just, like, hey, I hope you're doing well, I just get, like, butterflies. I'm just like, thank you.
I was hoping
like,
I
this makes
wasn't
me so
bothering you
happy.
with those messages.
No.
I'm so
honestly,
awkward,
you're
man.
fine. Like, when I get stuff like that, it makes me really happy. Most of the time, I'm, like, doing something or, like, my attention is somewhere. So, like, I always make an effort to respond for the, first bit. Like, oh, thanks for reaching out. But then after that, I'm like, okay, I can't really talk right now. But, like, it makes me really happy.
Oh, I'm glad.
Like, and that's something I've been trying to work on as just myself as well. Like, reaching out to people more and just being like, hey, like, do you want to get coffee? Or, hey, how are you doing? Like, showing that effort. Because it's easy to think to yourself, like, man, no one ever reaches out to me. Nobody ever wants to hang out with me. Like, it's a two-way street. You have to put forth the effort, too. And I've been trying to do that more.
I agree.
And yeah.
Guys,
And so, yes, I really appreciate it.
we need to get coffee at RTX this year because we didn't last time.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it bothers me. So we're gonna get coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
Me
yeah.
and I think Beau and Tina were able to find like a 5-minute time to get some fraps. But it like took so much to get us there, and it happened on a whim.
Yeah.
Gotta get
'Cause, oh my
some
gosh.
schneebucks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have to say it because I haven't had a chance to say it yet, and I'm gonna say it right now. Blake, I'm a lesbians with you.
Ilya, I'm a lesbians with you too.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, Beau,
You know
I
that
thought,
video?
I thought
oh my
you were gonna
gosh.
say, I don't care that you broke your elbow. And I was gonna start laughing.
You know, I'm gonna say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow.
So controversial, so brave.
Oh, I
What were you
What's
saying,
that
Katy?
video
I'm sorry.
with the guy? No, you're fine. What's that video with the guy that's like, this is what your Ruby ship says about you?
Oh my
I know
God,
what you're
yes.
talking about.
Mm-hmm. What does it say about Blilia or whatever?
Or a
it's called?
Catmillion.
Catmillion?
It says,
Catmillion.
you just wanted good things for Ilya, and really, who wouldn't?
That's so real.
And then I love the Weiss and Ilya, the prismatic ponytails, where it's just like you took the trope of the useless Weiss is a useless lesbian and thought, what's better than one useless lesbian? Two useless lesbians. And I'm just
There's
like,
this,
man, you're not wrong.
There's this this Twitter, and it's like it's a Weiss Twitter, but like they're just kind of like putting in random jokes and just putting Ruby names in them. And it's not like the funniest one, but I saw this one that was amazing, and it was like Weiss says useless lesbians can do anything, and then Ruby's like, I'm gonna commit arson, and then Weiss says useless lesbians can commit arson.
Oh my God.
Be gay, do crime.
It was be gay, do crime, and it was yes, just anything that has like Ruby and Weiss just like up to their shenanigans makes me happy.
It's funny because like it's already on the Patreon and it'll probably be out publicly. So I'll just go ahead and talk about the one portion of the comic dubs, the new comic dubs that are coming out.
Okay.
It was funny because like, you and I, Katy, we usually up until this point have only ever recorded as like Weiss and Winter. And it was really funny because in one of the comic dubs, we recorded together, but it was Weiss and Ilya, and we were respectively talking about the two different ships of like White Rose and then Catmillion.
Yep.
And I just thought it was really funny that it was just like, oh, it's me and Katy again, but we're not sisters in this one. It was kind of bizarre to me.
That's amazing, yeah. But anyway, so forks or spoons?
Spoon.
Fork.
All right.
But I've always been a little spoon. But
I'm a big spoon. Okay, but being the big spoon is like so much fun. It's just 10 out of 10.
I'm not a big spoon.
Would
I'm a little
recommend.
spoon.
Just no.
I'm the fork.
I'm a knife. I'll stab you.
I have a knife. Oh my God. But yeah, we usually, whenever we're doing the Weiss Breakers, there's always one person that disagrees, and it like switches up as we go, like who's the odd one out.
Mm-hmm.
And so this round, me and Nicole are the sane ones.
It's always me on the first one.
Partially sane. but
Yeah. And I'm usually on the second one, so we will see what happens. So, okay, for this next one, why don't you, as Ilya, read the second one?
Oh God, don't do this to me.
Aha!
Let's hear it.
My Ilya voice is really just my voice and not as confident.
Aw.
Would you rather have a flying carpet or a car that can drive underwater? I would rather have a car because I feel like a flying carpet would be really wet.
For a minute, I thought you were just saying, I'd just rather have a car, man. like you'd just rather have a car. And I'm like, that's a mood. Like, I'm not going to need it in a situation where, like, I'm going underwater probably. I'm not going to take myself there. But in terms of practicality, just a free car that also I know in a flood situation will be good. It's pretty good to know.
I think I misunderstood this question initially.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I thought it was asking, would you have rather have a flying carpet or a car? Either can go underwater. But I realize now.
No.
Yeah,
That
that's
it
what I
was, would
thought
you
it
rather
was
have
at
a
first.
flying
I was
carpet?
like, are you sure, Beau? You sure that's what it's asking?
Or listen, Nicole. Listen, you abandoned me to the White Fang. You don't get to talk about my life.
But I came back, and then you rejected me with your leave. So
Leave. Get off Menagerie before it's too late. So I think I very severely misunderstood this Weiss
try
Breakers.
again.
I'm
Let's
afraid
try
of
it
heights,
again.
so I'm going to stick with car.
Okay. What about you, Nicole?
I feel like if I use the car underwater, I'd like it for a while, but then I'd end up in some really weird dark place and fall into a weird cavern. And I prefer not to. So I'm probably going to choose flying carpet.
But she's the odd one out this time.
But see, is your flying carpet like TSA approved? Does it have like seat belts?
I don't know how far I'm going to fly. Maybe I'll fly like 2 feet off the ground and be taller or
She's just
something.
gonna kind of chill.
Because I'm short.
Yeah, this is fair.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah, I'm going to stick with car.
Yeah.
Or just never
Yeah,
have
I'm
to
gonna
walk
stick
again.
with No, that's fair. You could just kind of casually float places. Like you don't have to go crazy fast. You can just be like, I just feel like going down to the supermarket. It'll probably take like 5 minutes by car. But if I do this flying carpet, like I can just chill. I can just like
Have you guys
we're
seen,
chilling.
Have you guys seen the Aladdin cosplayer that like built a flying carpet
that.
over the hoverboard?
Yes.
And he parks
It's
it
just like a
weird.
compilation of him just like driving down the street, and it's just like, I can show you the it's just like, no.
world. I love that one. Yes.
What's your pick, Katie?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with car just because I'm not going to create situations where I go underwater. Like, I'm not going to actively use it with that purpose. But I like the additional safety net with this car of if I go somewhere and there's like a flood happening, like, I'm good.
That's
like,
fair.
like if it can drive underwater, dude, if it's raining, I guess I can apply that logic to like, it's fine. The water, it's fine. I don't know. Like just, and also a car I feel like I can get more use out of. Although I really like the idea of with a flying carpet, you can just kind of like chilly go places.
Don't worry,
and like
we
you don't
can
have to
do
pay
it
for
together,
gas
guys.
too. Dude, that would be so fun.
Yeah,
I'd just be so terrified.
I don't like flying. That
Just
makes
get
me
a
nervous.
carpet big enough for KRWBY.
It has to be the carpet like from Aladdin where it has like enough of a mind of its own to where it'll come and grab you. Like
Ooh, yeah.
if something goes wrong, but not enough to where you feel guilty for using it.
Yeah, but what if you're trying to go somewhere and then it's just like, nah, I'm going to go over here. And you just can't get off.
Yeah, ooh,
it
that's
could
fair.
abduct you.
It could.
Ooh,
yeah.
you could get carpet napped.
I could.
You could take a carpet nap and get carpet napped at the same time.
That's true.
That sounds like another
Oh my
potential
gosh.
title, carpet nap.
It does. We have too many good titles. Write that down. Write that down.
I am.
Should we go to the
Well, all
next
right.
question?
Yes, we should. I think that first one I was the odd one out. Now we had Nicole. Let's see if this next
Oh,
one.
no,
if
Beau was the
is
first
odd
one out first.
Oh wait, yes. Beau is out first, and then you.
Yep.
So let's see if I am the weird one in this next one. All right, so I will read this one as Weiss. So
No, can we get this one? Can we get this one as Penny? Let's get this one as Penny.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? You're right. Salutations! Would you rather have a bottomless box of Legos or a bottomless gas tank?
I'd want a bottomless gas tank for my underwater car.
Oh, my God.
That's what I would want.
I mean,
But you could build the literal Empire State Building out of Legos.
if I had a
but how
bottomless
structurally
gas
sound
tank,
is that?
like, think of how far you could go and where you could go. You could do a literal
know.
drive across America.
I bet you're rethinking your stance on the flying carpet, huh?
You know what? Maybe.
Wow.
But you can't tell me what I'm thinking. You know what?
You can't tell me what to do. You're not my real mom. You're not my real dad. You're not my real stepsister. Yeah, the Legos thing, I could see Tina having fun with that.
Yeah, Tina would be like, "Aw, fuck, man, I would take the Legos," and I'd be like,
Yeah,
wow.
she would. She would.
I could picture that really well. You know, I don't know which one Steven would take now I'm thinking about it because he loves Legos. But he used to drive around a lot.
Dude, you could make a lot of children happy. Just like
Could.
endless Legos for children.
But think about it. Is a bottomless box of Legos? There's so many chances that you could accidentally step on one.
Ooh. This is valid.
I'm cringing just thinking about it.
I know, that was my first thought when I read the question.
Dude, that could be the ultimate torture chamber.
It really could. Get
It's like
carpet
there's
mapped
no
and then
corner.
step on Legos.
Yeah.
If only you had your flying carpet, you could just you just breeze over.
I mean, a car could fucking drive over Legos,
Oh my
Katy.
god, let it go.
Let it go, Beau. This is too much.
Campaigning for my underwater car, okay? My underwater
running for
car with
office.
a bottomless gas tank.
Oh my
Jacques
God.
I
Schnee.
can't
Jacques
be
Schnee
stopped.
versus the underwater car.
Oh my god.
Then yeah, I think I'm gonna go practical, and I actually will go with bottomless gas tank, just because if I never had to spend money on gas again, like,
Save a lot.
yeah. Plus, wouldn't that be good for the environment if we're not drilling more? Because I don't know.
Be good for going to cons too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think all around this is my choice.
What if my
stance.
underwater car is like an underwater RV that all of KRWBY could just live in?
You know, we could live under the sea. Everything's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
It's my favorite
lewd.
movie.
I mean, we could do it all. We could make it happen.
I
want
guess
you
we're
to
all on
know.
the same page, huh?
I want you to
true.
know
Oh.
I added to the list of potential names, just in all caps, let it go, Beau.
I love our name list. I wish we had something to do with
We
it.
have
because-
Perpetually Nicole, Weiss Breakers, Carpet Nappings, and Let It Go, Beau.
Oh my god.
So many.
This is a new
There's
record.
too many good choices. I'm so happy. Well, hey guys listening, if you have a better idea for a name, drop it, even though we're already going to have the name by the time you drop it. But we want to hear yours because
We're
it makes
curious.
us happy. We are very curious. But yeah, final answer, bottomless gas tank.
So I guess
Same.
there's no odd one out here.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, heck. So I guess
the children will just be disappointed.
I guess so. One day I really want us to have a segment where we're all just on the same page the whole time. Like, that's going to be crazy.
You know, Nicole, I just thought of the best business you could open with your
What?
bottomless gas tank on your fucking magic carpet.
What? What, Beau?
You could be an emergency gas delivery person.
Yo!
I
like-
could, yeah.
Like, for people that run out of gas, they could
I'm
just call you up
a
and you're like, I'll be
faster
right
version
there.
of AAA.
Like, there you go. Profit. But you just have to
This is
lug the bottomless
perfect.
gas tank around.
Yeah, I'd have to
This is
lug the
amazing.
car around on my freaking magic carpet.
Hey, there's no weight limit. It's magic.
Fair.
Well, no, it doesn't say that the gas tank is necessarily attached to a car. Like, it doesn't have to be attached to
Yeah.
a car. It could just be like one of those like gas like can things. I feel like too. It'd just be like a decanter of endless gas.
Yeah.
That works.
There you go.
Well, heck yeah.
I'm trying to make you money, goddammit.
Man.
Giving you business.
All right. Well, now that we are sufficiently Weiss braked in, or Weiss broke, or whatever Weiss is, she's definitely not broke. She might be now, actually. She did just get arrested. It's not a spoiler, because that's out for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get to our fan questions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So many to choose from. We have one from Sugar Rush, who is an amazing fan of this podcast. Thank you so much. And they want to know, do you believe in ghosts?
I just thought of our 30K Jackbox stream where
Yeah.
we were playing that ghost game.
Yeah, that was
Ooh.
fun.
I won the first round. I was very happy.
We have to play that
Oh.
again. That was a good time.
That's amazing.
We should play it at a con.
It's, this question is really interesting to me because, like, when I hear someone say ghosts, I think of, like, ooh, like that kind of ghost.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't necessarily know that I believe in ghosts that are like actively like haunting. I definitely believe in like residual hauntings.
Yeah.
Like because someone just spent so much of their life in this one specific spot that after they're gone, they just have like an energy that got left behind.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I also definitely believe in like spirits. I'd like to think that spirits of those of like our loved ones that have passed have the ability to like look in on us and see how we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would honestly be lying if I said that I hadn't honestly felt like my mom's presence in the past. So, like, I'm not saying that my mom's, like, haunting me or anything like that. Like, she's not.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't put it past her. Like, she was definitely the kind of person that would just haunt someone just for shits and giggles. But, yeah, I don't know that I necessarily believe in, like, just kind of the stereotypical, like, not like a Beetlejuice ghost, you know, like the fucking two main characters from Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
It's more so just, I believe in residual energy and, like, really, really powerful connections with someone that you could, that transcend death.
I heard a quote recently on another podcast about how, like, because they were talking about the idea of paranormal stuff and ghosts too, and it's kind of something that I can get behind about, like, I believe in ghosts even if their existence is reliant on human consciousness. And I thought that was interesting because it kind of implies the fact that ghosts are something that only humans could come up with. And so their existence is not something that is physical, scientific, like it's not something that's like real in that sense. But in terms of residual energy, like you said, in terms of like there being the mind being so powerful that it can create literally a feeling as if there is this almost physical being or physical presence there is still real in the sense that you are still experiencing it. And that's why I do not believe, and you know, I guess that kind of stereotypical like angels like and like spooky, like they're gonna come out of the grave and they're haunting you and like but I do believe that people, even if they aren't there anymore in your life, whether they're alive or dead, can still have an effect and presence on you.
Yeah.
Even from far away, whether that's beyond the grave or whether that's just a distance. And so in that sense, I do believe in that definition of a ghost and like how haunting could maybe be interpreted as that ominous feeling you get when you sense a present that isn't physically or scientifically there, but your emotions and your mind can be very powerful and can create something that can definitionally be a real experience. Even if it is, like reliant on human consciousness. Like if it's reliant on the fact that we observe and we are consciously observing.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What about you, Nicole?
When I was in middle school, I was in this whole phase of that kind of stuff. And yeah, it sounds dumb. But as I got older, I still kind of felt some of those things, but obviously not as obsessed and weird as it was. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. Like, I'll watch videos on YouTube, like r/ask Reddit, paranormal, blah, 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 or BuzzFeed Supernatural, because I love watching that kind of stuff. But I don't know if I'm trying to word things properly. I mean, I guess I'm kind of on the fence. Like, part of me wants to believe in that kind of stuff. The other part's not entirely sure. So I think there's a possibility.
Yeah. So do you think there's a possibility of there being like the spooky scary kind, or just kind of like what is your potential realm of possibility?
I like what Beau said with the whole energy thing. Like, it makes sense to me. But I also feel like there could be the darker end of it as well.
Okay.
So, if that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah.
I think
Because
for me, like, kind of expanding on it, like, to explain a little bit more about, like, the energy that I believe in is I don't, and this kind of goes back into one of the topics that we talked about in a previous episode, where I think we talked a little bit about, like, reincarnation and whatnot, is I don't believe that energy ever stops existing. It only transforms.
Yeah. Yes.
And so I think that sometimes energy doesn't have a place to go necessarily, like, right off the bat after, like, someone dies. And so it kind of just chills and does its thing until it finds something or someone to kind of transform into. And so yeah, that's kind of my belief on it. I was actually thinking, and it's just funny because it just further solidifies the fact that, KRWBY is kind of the, KRWBY not KRWBY, not actual, like, Achievement Hunter or Rooster Teeth or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking it'd be really fun if we're able to plan when we're going to a con somewhere, like, doing, like, a haunted tour of, like, some kind of haunted location and, like, filming it.
I would love to be a part of that.
Like,
as long as it's not like a haunted house where they're purposefully doing, like, a bunch of torture and stuff inside.
Oh, no.
Like,
I mean something like
so,
like, out here we have the Queen Mary, right?
Oh,
and they take you to, like, all the
that.
different hot spots and kind of explain about, like, allegedly this is the history of why this spot specifically is haunted.
So it's
That's
educational
cool.
and historical, and people aren't purposefully, like, putting on masks and touching you. It's like they're telling you historical facts, and those are in themselves creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Like
I
the
love
Winchester Mystery House or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That sounds really fun.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I also actually really like those mazes where it's like, I mean, I only go to ones that are official and it's like, no, they're not allowed to touch you or anything. But I love going through the mazes where people will, like, put on masks and, like, jump out and scare you. Like, it's the only way I get scared, honestly.
Yeah. Like, I'm not a fan of those, but I understand and appreciate how people can gather behind them and that people have fun and enjoy them. And I love that there are people that can work them and find fulfillment in that. Like, but not everything is for everybody. Like, just because I don't enjoy something doesn't mean it's not amazing and, like, cathartic for others.
It was always one of the things, because so out here in Southern California, we have a theme park called Knott's Berry Farm. And it's actually the origin of the boysenberry was created there. But during the Halloween season, they change it to Knott's Scary Farm. Or Halloween Haunt is also what they call it, because a lot of people mishear it and think, wait, it's not scary? And it's like, no, like Knott, KNOTT ', because the family was the Knott family. And so it's Knott's Scary Farm. And they do mazes like that. And I actually worked at Knott's Berry Farm as like a games attendant.
Oh, wow.
Like back during high school, actually, it was for like an ROP, like regional occupational, like training kind of thing. When I was like 16. And one of my dreams was during Halloween Haunt, they have these specific types of monsters called sliders. And they wear metal-tipped boots and, like, metal knee pads and, like, metal elbow pads and like, hand things with, like, metal on their palms and on their fingertips. And they run and they, like, drag their feet, like, their foot, like, the front of their feet.
Yeah.
And they'll, like, cause sparks, like, on the ground. And then they'll sprint and then just slide down past you and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's like the noise of them, and it's like really foggy and everything, and it's like really like they're the only ones that ever really scared the shit out of me at Knott's Scary Farm, and I always wanted to be one of them, but I just never was able to, unfortunately. But I was just sorry, a small tangent, but we were talking about the haunted mazes.
No, that's really cool.
I worked at an amusement park and they had the same kind of like skid thing, and that was really interesting because you'd see sparks come out sometimes. So that reminded me of.
It was just really cool. Like, it was really intense. Like, seeing, like, when they would, like, practice, they would, like, a bunch of them would, like, lay down right next to each other, and they'd run, and they'd try to, like, they'd slide, and they'd try to, like, jump over, like, everyone and whatnot, or they'd jump over, like, obstacles, or try to, like, run and do like a reverse limbo where they try to see how low to the ground they could get and go under something. It was really cool. But yeah.
Oh, that's really amazing. You guys have all this cool experience doing theme parks.
But yeah, I think in conclusion, yes, I believe in ghosts to a degree.
Yeah, I agree.
It's still kind of like, it's just one of those things that there's still no real definitive ways to actively document proof about it. It's still just very kind of speculation based. And
Yeah.
And
I think my final thing is it's the phrasing. I believe that the mind is powerful enough to make something exist. I do believe that. But in the scientific sense, I do not believe in the physical, spiritual beings of a ghost. But I do believe in the impact that the mind can have on someone with enough power given to something that is potentially like I believe that real effects and real people are affected powerfully by concepts and ideas, and the energy that is felt when like a loved one leaves or it's just like a long distance relationship, like, and like the energy that you still feel when that person is gone is real and can create real effects. And so in that sense, I believe in the idea of ghosts and in that definition of ghosts.
I was gonna say like, so that means that you believe in like Freddy Krueger, right? Because that's definitely like, you know, all in the head of like, if people think about it, it gives it power.
Well, I haven't I do believe in that concept.
Yeah.
But I
was just poking fun, I'm sorry.
I haven't No, you're fine. I haven't seen Freddy Krueger, but I do think that there is an intention behind Freddy Krueger of that is an actual intentioned thing actively coming towards your mind. Well, I believe ghosts are not intentions.
Yeah.
I believe that the idea of ghosts are not something that's intentioned. It's something, or at least not actively intentioned towards the person believing. Ghosts are actually created through the intention of the one believing it. And so I don't think ghosts are something that actively intend to affect you, but are something that can actively affect you. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I get that.
Yeah, and Freddy Krueger, that concept is he's literally something that's intended to come after you. Like,
but only if you give him power by thinking about him.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, don't think about him, and it's like, well, fuck, now I'm thinking about him. Oh, guess you're dead.
Yeah. Don't think of a donkey. I thought of a donkey. Yeah. But yeah, that actually got super deep because I'm not super religious, and I've always, or not always, but in my adult life, I've been the type of person that's very like, I believe full stop that none of that stuff exists, but I would never tell someone that believes in something that, wow, you're wrong. But I do, because I do believe in the power of concepts and ideas and narratives and stories, and how even though we experience them different ways, they can have a very real impact on people. And so I believe in the power of thought and stories and words.
The power of suggestion too.
Yes.
There's I can't remember where the quote comes from, but it's basically something like along the lines of like, you know, it's funny because now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been from BioShock Infinite. I remember hearing it in BioShock Infinite, where it's like the mind will create things where nothing exists. And so it's kind of one of those, it's like, you know, and it's kind of like if you're in a dark room and your eyes haven't adjusted to it and you think you see things moving in the shadows, it's because your brain can't actually like comprehend that there's nothing there. And so instinctually, your brain will actively create those moving shadows because it's trying to justify that you're actually looking at something rather than nothing.
Yeah.
So, you know, then, you know, who knows, if you start to believe that you are seeing something, that, you know, that can often, like, I used to psych myself out a lot where I would see that before I kind of really understood that it was just my mind playing tricks on me. And I would see something and I would just become so convinced that I actually saw something, and I would just become so paranoid, and I would have this really uneasy feeling. and it would just get worse and worse because I was feeding it. I was feeding it that energy.
Yeah.
So, power of suggestion, man. It'll fuck you up.
Power of suggestion. Well,
thank you,
let's
Sugar
get
Rush.
to
You always
our-
ask good questions.
Yeah, thank you so much. Let's get to our final question before we wrap things up. This is a very important, controversial political question. So,
Oh, boy.
I'm really sorry, podcast listeners. I know in the past we've joked about political jokes, and like, I really want us to stay strong for this one. Like, I think it's something that needs to be talked about. So, chicken nuggets or chicken tenders from 85 Cats.
85 cats? 85 Blakes?
Yes, 85 Cats submitted this question. It's probably a very difficult time for them. They're probably really hungry and they need to make a decision for their dinner. And I know that's political.
That's a lot of litter boxes.
That's a lot of litter boxes. We're gonna have to clean up. And like, I know people don't want to do that. They have busy days at work. It's like the working class, you know. Like oh my gosh, I'm sorry. This is a really tough question for me.
I just thought of an army of Blakes.
Army of Blakes, just with the chicken tendies versus the nuggets, holding up signs.
And then the Ilya and me was gay.
As usual.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, that's not a different.
I can't believe you just called yourself out like that.
That's like my existence, just my perpetual existence.
Perpetually Beau.
No, I'm not putting that on the list.
Aww.
You know,
Fine.
God, I can't choose between them because I like them for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I like Chicky Nuggies. That's my thing. Like one time I changed my like donation goal on my stream to Chicky Nuggie Fund, and more people
Chicky
donated to
Nuggie
that one
Fund.
fund than any other fund I've ever had.
Oh my God. I need to get with you about how to do that because, man, I could use some sesame Chicky Nuggie.
Chicky
funds.
That
Nuggies.
sounds
But
so
then-
good.
But then like chicken tenders, I associate as being almost more like chicken strips,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
ooh,
that's
yeah.
it.
and they're a lot more filling,
good.
and they're usually a little bit
Yes.
higher quality.
Yes,
Yeah, but
for sure.
I feel like chicken nuggets could be juicier because they're tinier.
Ooh.
True.
That's my vote anyway.
And you can eat a lot more of them.
Yeah.
I'm
I
having
guess it's
str-
just
I'm
a
having
matter of
trouble.
opinion.
Like, think
Oh,
of
God.
Wendy's. Wendy's chicken
Whew.
nuggets. Like,
Man,
They're
Katy
spicy
just like
nuggies.
nutted right now.
Nut.
She heard Wendy's and she was like, "Well, gotta go, guys."
Well, gotta go get Wendy's now. If there was a Wendy's next to my house, it would be Ogre.
I live like less than a block from a Wendy's.
You bastard.
Yeah,
my
I
house
know.
is like
I
5
see it
minutes
like
from a
every day.
Wendy's.
How dare you both?
I'm at college
Rub
now,
it in,
though,
why
so
don't
I
ya?
can't go to Wendy's.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm
Hmm.
gonna
Yeah,
say chicken tenders. I'm gonna be
nuggies-
controversial. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say chicken tenders.
Woo! Nuggies I find more in the wild, and like, so like I really do love nuggies from different places, but tendies are bigger and they do fill me up more, and I usually enjoy them more.
Mm-hmm.
Because nuggies are kind of like, I really enjoy them when it's after midnight.
Mhm.
Tendies, I just really enjoy them most of the time.
Like
the odd one out
nuggies
again.
kind of
Oh.
feel almost more like a snack than a meal, but chicken tenders kind of feel like an actual meal to me.
That's fair.
As long as I can still eat the sauces from McDonald's, their barbecue sauce with my tendies.
Mhm.
And I think they came out with tendies too, actually.
Yep.
So wow.
What about you,
So we don't
Nicole?
even have to choose anymore.
What about you, nuggies or tendies?
Nuggies. I'm the odd one out, man.
Nug life.
Whoa, nug life. Don't do drugs, do the nugs, even though nug is also a
It's
word for
another
weed.
title.
Yay!
No.
Wow.
Oh my God, it's so funny. My mom, in her beautiful innocence, got me a sign that says nugs, not hugs. And it's like, nugs, not drugs. And it has a picture of chicky nuggies on it. And I'm just like, Mom,
That's so cute.
no, that's so, like, it's adorable. But that's also a drug.
That's like one of Tina's favorite like pastry dessert things that you can get. They're kind of like the little like Auntie Anne's like little like, you know, pastries that you can get in a box at a
Yeah.
grocery store. They're called a very lewd name.
Oh.
And so the first time
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
cream pie?
Yes. They're called cream pies, and we're in the grocery store, and she's like, "Oh fuck yeah, they have cream pies," and I'm just like, Tina, Like,
Wait, I think I know what you're talking about, but here we call them whoopie pies.
Yeah. Whoopie also means sex.
yeah.
There we go.
Like in Sinatra time. So, you can never escape
I mean,
it.
I love
Yep.
whoopie pies, so I understand, Tina. Let's get some.
Let's get some whoopie
I was
pies.
just like, no, you can't just yell cream pies in a store.
You can't just do that, Tina.
Why would you say something so controversial?
Yeah, it's so brave.
So controversial, yet so brave. This has been such a good episode.
It is.
I think we've answered all the questions, and I think we can start wrapping it up. But I've had so much fun today.
We have to decide on a title, you guys.
Oh, God.
We're gonna decide off screen. The audience won't get to know until they see it
okay.
in the thumbnail.
Okay.
So
It's gonna be a surprise. It's not gonna be a surprise because it'll be the
Yes.
first thing they're gonna see. The title
It's
will not,
true.
in fact, be a link to a Markiplier video this time.
it will not. That was hilarious, and thank you for everyone that saw that and stuck with us because that was amazing and a mystery among worlds.
Yeah.
We had no idea what happened there.
Nope. No idea.
Kind of incredible that it specifically led to a Markiplier video too.
I
was
woke
like,
up
what is
to a message from Katy, just like, so the title for the new episode is a YouTube link. Can you fix it for me? And I was just like, oh shit, okay. It was like 6:09
because I don't have
for me.
access to like the stuff because I don't do the uploads.
Mhm.
And so I was just like, what is happening? And we're getting comments like, what's with the title? And I'm like, shit.
What Markiplier video was it?
I don't even know. It was funny though.
Yeah, I mean, every Markiplier video is like quality content, but
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Well, Nicole, where can they find you?
On Discord. Props
Whoa.
to the KRWBY server.
Whoa. Anything you want to promote?
I got cast in a Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai fandub, so that'll be coming out later. I'm playing Mai.
That's
I'm
fun.
excited. I'm the bunny girl.
hell yeah.
Aw, that's so great.
Congrats.
Well, heck yeah. Well, Beau, where can they find you?
Well, as always, you can find me on Twitter at Beau from KRWBY. That's at BeauFromKRWBY. I'm doing a lot better at kind of being more active on there. I've actually been neglecting all other social media in favor of using Twitter. So
Yeah.
I feel like I've just completely flip-flopped from, I don't use Twitter at all, to now it's all I use. You can catch me crying at Katy about how much I love the Schneesters, like at 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's true. Twitter is very schneester right now.
Yeah. You can also catch me on Twitch, where I do all of my personal live streams, which is twitch.tv/CB Cosplay. That's CBCOSPLAY. And as well as my own personal Discord server. It's called the Crimson Raiders. If you would like an invite, please feel free to DM me on Discord, on Twitter, whichever you so choose, and I will send you an invite. I also have a link to it on my Twitch, so you can just join through there. And I have all of my like reaction content, including my reactions to the new season of RWBY, completely free. All you gotta do is be a member of the server. So yeah, come hang out. We have fun.
Yay!
And what about you, Katy? Where can they find you?
Whoa, you can find me on Twitter. I tweet so much. KaniDay official, KaniDay official. I hiccuped. And yeah, I'm on the Twitch and YouTube at KaniDay as well. I don't stream a lot, but sometimes I do. And my YouTube has like a few like cute things on it. Like there's this rap cover I did as an anime girl that's kind of fun. And then this Weiss is dummy thick video. If you just want some silly content, I love making it. And yeah, I blah blah blah. I have a Facebook page called KaniDay Cosplay. I host another podcast called The Weird Flex But Okay Podcast with Jordan Jacksblade Downs, where we give it's your comedy weebs workouts and advice podcast where we answer fan questions, and it's really cool. You can find us on YouTube and Twitter at Weird Flex Pod. You can find me on Dr. Crafty on YouTube, where I'm a writer and a voice actress, and we have some cool stuff coming out this year, and that's really fun. We just released something new. And you can find me on KRWBY Productions, KRWBY Productions, as a host of Perpetually Ajar, as a voice actress, as a writer. And, of course, as always, you can find us probably in the links below if you look. You'll probably see all the stuff. Go do the thing. And follow us on Twitter and Patreon for KRWBY. Like on Twitter, tweet at us questions if you want. If you want to submit questions for this, leave comments below on the episode. That's where we love to look for questions. But also if you want to ask the crew, we also do that. We just pick questions from there sometimes, and it's fun. Heck yes. So yeah, I think that is a wrap. Quick, Nicole, say something funny.
Something funny.
Dang.
Should that be the episode name? Something funny.
That was the first thing that came to mind.
Write it down.
Okay, I will.
All right. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.